thank you so much for coming in. My name is Dr. Rydell, and I'm just here to ask you a couple questions, and you answer them to the best of your abilities. As you know, you'll get paid at the end of the day, as we're just primarily just doing this experiment, this psychological experiment, just to see what we can get for a product that we're trying to release. Don't worry when I say that. These questions are not going to be intrusive or on a sensitive subject or matter. These are just going to be very basic level questions where they only talk about the surface of our interest or likes or dislikes and seeing what we can capture. As you can see, we have this camera here. I am not going to be writing any of this down, as what we're looking for is not something based on, well, not based on how you answer, or what you answer is how you do it. Based on facial expressions or something similar to that nature. Well, maybe like side ticks where you look around nervously, or maybe you might lie. And we want to see, how you react to very basic level questions. It's a survey. We have many people coming in doing these questions, so don't feel at all forced to answer these questions a certain way. It's however you see fit and however you feel comfortable. So let's begin. So, what is your name? Yes, I know. I already should have all these written down somewhere before we brought you into this office, but these are just these are all just part of the process. I'm not really looking for the answer, but how you answer it. So just answer it to however you see fit. So what's your name? Okay. What's your date of birth? All right. Oh, here's an interesting one. What's your favorite color? And if you don't have a particular favorite, you can give me a top 2 or a top 3 favorite. If you can't decide on a particular one. Okay. Interesting. And let's see here. What's your favorite movie that's in the genre of comedy? Alright. Do you have a favorite horror thriller? Alright. Got it. And let's see. What is your biggest fear in terms of a phobia you might have, or just a natural fear that you are deeply terrified of? Alright, that's perfectly normal. Are you right hand or left hand dominant? Interesting, okay. Do you normally breathe with your mouth open or closed? I know this one is not a very common question, but this is basically just surface level stuff that can be observed. Alright. Interesting. Okay. Would you count the thumb as an extra finger? Or if it's just the thumb to you? Some people will include it with the amount of fingers that you can have on one hand, while others would exclude the thumb as its own appendage. Okay. what is your favorite subject during the time, or if you are currently in grade school? Ranging between math, science, reading, language arts. Okay. And if you were to go to college, or if you are in college, what would be something that you would want to achieve in terms of a career? Or if you are currently studying something? Okay, interesting. Interesting. Are you more observant with your right or left eye? Like, let's say you had one binocular. Would you use it on your right or your left eye? Okay. Yeah, I know these questions are very weird, but again, just very surface level based stuff that can be observed. What is one color that makes you feel uneasy when you see it? To me, it can sometimes range between red or sometimes even bright like white. It's silly. Even though red is my favorite color, it also creates a level of urgency. But I think that's with everybody. Okay, alright. Are you at all married, or seeing someone, or finding yourself interested in someone? Again, if it's too personal, you can always say it's too personal and we can skip on to the next question. Okay. Can you see yourself ever dancing at a party, or simply just tapping your foot, or you don't resonate well with music? Okay. Despite your accommodations to music, how well do you find yourself listening to music and relating yourself to it? Do you listen to it just to, as people say, vibe with it, or do you find yourself just listening to music just to relate to the message? Like how do you feel music is a part of your life? On a very surface level, where you just love how it sounds, or could it be a mixture of you loving the message, or both? And okay, all right. Now, if you were to find yourself in a, let's say, a dark alley, and you were running from, let's say, a monster or a gang of people, and it splits off into two alleys. You only got one option. Would you go left or right? They both look equally terrifying. They both look equally dark. But you have to, choose. Otherwise, staying there would not be beneficial. Okay. So, you tend to, in times of crisis, imagine yourself always to go right or left. Is what I'm basically asking. Interesting. Okay. All right. I think we got everything that we need. Again, thank you so much for coming in and allowing me to ask you all these questions. I know some of them could have been a bit orthodox and some of them may be odd, but know that everything's okay. The accountant up front will give you your money and make sure you get squared away. This has honestly been a pleasure. Stay beautiful, stay the best you can be, and above all else, stay awesome. Thank you for coming here on Shadow Combine's Company.